So here we go. It doing a thing, I think. Okay, I think we got it. Now we just have to see if we have sound.
What an ad. We have sound.
Cool. Hey, it's Robert made it. All right, let's do this. Wait, why is
So
this?
yeah,
Oh,
there was the idea, and then we went and picked out the colors, and then we worked out the pattern for it, and then we had Mandy put together kumis and get them all nice and anchored and be able to be ready to use it all. So that was all stuff we covered previously, and now last week we managed to put together all of these loops and get it ready to actually be usable. So today we are going to join them all together and see how far we can get with this project. So yeah, let's roll that intro. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and we're back with the second stream on making this cool bag that we're doing here. But before we get into doing too much, I do want to remind everybody we still have a secret word game where all you have to do is chat, say the right word, the bot will tell you you said the right word, you win these bracelets. One was made by me and the other was made by Minute Craft. And I am joined tonight with my lovely wife, Mandy. And yeah, we are back. It is the first day of the Chinese New Year, which is sort of exciting. It's also sort of the reason why this probably won't be a very late uh, stream here tonight, because I have to be up kind of extra early and deal with family and stuff. So that's kind of a thing that's happening. So I kind of need to get at it and start making a thing. So we've got lanterns. I don't know if you can see it. We have lanterns. We've got dragons. It's kind of festive over here today. So, hello everybody and welcome. So, an interesting thing just happened over on Threads just a little while ago. And I'm kind of hoping that the person will join us so we can kind of get some more details. But the general gist of it is um, this this person I was talking to, her husband is a school teacher for what's a nice way of putting it, honey? The kids are what? Poor.
Underprivileged?
Underprivileged. There we go. That's a nice way of saying it. Um and they were talking about um you know the
somehow it came up in conversation that Mandy and I put together a video where I made um, shoelaces, that was pretty neat. And she thought that sounded like a really cool thing that these kids could do that could give them a sense of pride, and they don't have much to begin with, and they're in rough shape. They're basically getting their meals through the free lunch program at school and stuff like that. And I got talking with Mandy, and I would really like to make something happen to where we could supply these kids with some Kumi discs and some floss. Um, it's it turns out it's not super super cheap to do this. Um, but I still kind of want to make it happen. So if anybody else is thinking, "Hey, that sounds really awesome and I want to do a thing." I'm not even talking a percentage. I'm talking 100% of anything that anybody wants to send via. There's the super chats and donations. Anything that anybody sends is 100% going towards this cause. Um, I feel for the idea of kids that could want to be creative, who want to do things. I mean, if they figure out they can make bracelets and they can sell them, and maybe it helps feed them or something, that that would be amazing. I would 100% want that to happen. So yeah, again, I don't know all the details. I don't know the age of these kids. I don't know much. I don't even know what state they're in. um Mandy and I did a little bit of like sleuthing, and did confirm that this is going on in the United States. But beyond that, I don't know a lot of the details. They say I kind of hoping that she'll come over and join us. But again, it's the USA, so time zones and such. She could have gone off to bed for all I know. But yeah, yeah. This whole conversation started about an hour ago, and then she kind of fell off. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. But I like the idea. I really do like the idea. Like if we could get, you know, a bunch of kids making something fun, I just think that would be amazing. I think that would be so cool. Like talk about inspiring and changing lives and stuff. That could become a little thing in their community, and yeah, could be neat. kind of kind of takes me back to my early bracelet days. Back when I was starting out, um I basically I was donating plasma to get money, and then I could buy a bunch of floss, and then I could make a bunch of bracelets, and I could sell the bracelets, could get more floss. At the time, I was smoking cigarettes, so like some of that would come back and help me to buy my cigarettes. But like I could stretch the money further by making bracelets, and it improved, the money that I was getting from the donation thing. So yeah, it was pretty crazy times. So the goal here tonight is to get the four pieces anchored together, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I don't plan on trying to go overboard, and I'm certainly not trying to stay up super late tonight because, like I said, early day. It's actually been kind of a long day here as it is. So, yeah, last midnight was the whole countdown for the thing. It is.
I looked this up earlier. It is according to the Chinese calendar, the lunar calendar, it is the year 4722, which really kind of just blows me away. Like when you think of like 2024, you're like, ooh, that's a lot of time. Yeah. Canada, the Chinese calendar thing has been going on so much longer. It is so much older. It is, yeah. And I think as an American, we're they don't really kind of lean in on that very much. That's it's you just know the stuff that's pertinent to America. You don't learn that like other people have been kind of doing the whole thing for so much more of the time. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to me. Yeah, I'm not sure. Are you saying like a GoFundMe kind of thing, or are you thinking like just setting up the donation links? Because the thing is honestly, for me, oh, Rainbow made it. For me, I think the easiest way that I can do to help these kids is if I get the money and I spend it through AliExpress, because and then have AliExpress basically just drop ship it to their location, because um, the cost of the floss, the cost of everything else, like sending them the money probably won't do them a whole lot of good if they try to buy floss locally. It won't it won't be as cheap as what it would be from China. And yeah, right. So yeah, yeah, Rainbow, we're doing really good. It's the first day of the Chinese New Year. Things are a little bit crazy here because family dropping in and all that kind of good stuff. Um, but what we were just talking about is I was talking with somebody over on Threads. The whole thing came up about me doing tutorials about how to make shoelaces. She wants to be able to do that with a bunch of school kids who are, underprivileged. And I'm trying to see if I can't find out if anybody else would be into, helping contribute towards that. Because I think that would be really kind of cool if we could do something about that. Thank you. Out of the different holidays that we have over here, this isn't exactly like my favorite. I mean, it's nice, but there's a whole lot of like the family has to come and visit, and it's work. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, so already right now there is donation links over on my website, akaawol.com. Like if you go to any tutorial, it's got donation links for trying to help contribute for me creating the patterns. Um, there's also one, wait, if you type in donation, does it say the thing? I don't remember. There's so many triggers the robot can do. Is it donation? Yeah. Eventually it'll come up. It'll say that you can buy me the the Burger King pie. What is it called? The chocolate sundae thing? The whatever it is, the Burger King pie. I love that damn thing. Yeah, that'll come up eventually. You can use that link. Yeah, that one might work too. No, they are not. Man, he woke up out of a nightmare there, like, holy cow. Poor guy. But anyway, so there's a couple methods there. Um, like I said, YouTube has a thing. Is it what does it say? I can't. It doesn't show me from the back end. What's the? Does it say super chat or something? Super. I should know these things, honestly. I feel like I should by now. I just never used it.
Yes, the super chat. There is super stickers.
Yeah. If you use any of those things, that too, I will 100% use it to send off to these kids. Again, I I get if you're like when you're dirt poor and you can't do like something like this could be absolutely life changing. Whether it's they make some shoelaces for themselves and then they have a sense of style that nobody else has. Like other kids can have fancy shoes, but these poor kids will have fancy laces that nobody else has. I think that'd be cool as heck. So in the previous live stream and putting together all of these diamonds and stuff, um, I did kind of talk about the fact that this pattern is actually more difficult. And it's this S-like shape over here that keeps reversing itself is probably the one thing that's going to be incredibly confusing for me. But that said, this is kind of still on the easier spectrum versus some of the ones that we'll be getting into after this. So this is it's it's just gonna keep getting harder, guys. I swear. I don't know why I do this to myself. I I like the look of complicated patterns. I like when a design really is intense and fun and whatever. Um, but yeah, this is it's eventually just gonna kind of spiral kind of out of control. And but that's okay. I have actually worked out some stuff with my monitors. You might even notice this camera here, the one that there is coming in at a bit of a different angle, and that's because in the whole moving things around, it got shifted and moved, and I kind of think I like it in this position a little bit better than it was before. Not that anybody really cares or pays so much attention to such things, at least not as much as I do. Um, but yeah, kind of cool. Oh, and I broke out, I don't know if you can tell from the little bit that's showing, I broke out a great big, huge bulldog clip that is probably about, I I don't know. It's pretty big. Do I have a ruler? I have a It's like 14 cm or 5.5 inches. It's a big boy. But it's nice because it really clamps down nice and hard and can hold a lot. And yeah, not bad. Yeah. Now I could go a little bit further with this whole thing. Um, but I think kind of end if we end it here, it'll make it just a little bit easier, like to figure out where I am when I pick up and go, like, because after all this, right? After we join these four things together, the next thing is the two ends join, turning this into a cylinder, and after that we come down. And when we go to come down, it'll be nice to kind of know where this spot is, that this is where it splits off into the two directions and stuff. Well, I think for the light color, I can maybe do this one more. Just to kind of show that, yes, it does go on top this way. But anyways, yeah, so this will be about as far as it goes. Like I said, you can almost fit in like 2 more rows, but everything is kind of broken and it won't kind of make a lot of sense. Might even confuse me. And I don't need that. Yeah, so this whole Chinese New Year's thing is gonna stress me out a little bit. Like earlier today, I started recording something and then we had a guest show up and of course I had to stop and I barely was into what I was doing, which so I kind of grumble, come out, make myself present, and then was like basically out of the office for most of the day. And I just know that tomorrow's even going to be more like that. And even when like a bunch of guests leave, it doesn't mean that more guests can't just show up because there's no scheduling or whatever. It's just whenever they show, they show. So because of all of this, this is what the next week's schedule is basically going to look like. Um, Sunday, Monday are off. Wednesday is Valentine's Day, and there's a whole music in the city thing to go see. So out for that. And then Friday, Mandy and I are gonna go see this dragon thing in the city because, well, basically every 12 years it's the year of the dragon, and that was like one of the ones where when I first came to Singapore, it was year of the dragon. And for whatever reason, they just pull out all the stops. Probably because dragons are cool, but they pull out all the stops. If you look this up, I don't know, TikTok or wherever you get short videos, there is a light show with drones making big dragon shapes.
Hey, you got an ad.
Oh, really? Yeah. How did I? I'm not sure what I did, but I made. No, not full screen. Wait. Discord made itself really big, and I don't know how to make it less big. Ugh. Why is it doing this? It's either full screen or nothing. I don't understand why. Oh, I'm like freaking out now. I can't see half my screen because Discord decided to be weird. Oh, it's
I
probably.
can't hear you via Discord.
There we go. I think what just happened is one of my keyboard shortcuts just triggered Discord. That's funny. Weird. All right. So I'm kind of halfway back to normal, except for some, again, Discord wants to be full screen, so I popped out the part that I was using and then minus down the rest. I have no idea what's going on, man. It's so weird. So yeah, when you're joining these things together, the real big key is when you get it into the clamps and stuff, getting them to be really nice and close and lined up well. And then it just feels like you're just doing a continuation of a bracelet anyway, so you hardly even notice that something has happened. So if you're curious, if you're nervous about this, don't be. It's not that difficult. Just get it lined up in the clip really, really well, and it'll all work out. And if anybody knows where you can get some really cool clips, like these great big bulldog clips, I would love to have like something that's really cool looking. Hang on. Thank you, Robert. That would be amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to really pull something together. Because if we can get these kids started in the right path, doing some crafty things, making some bracelets, making shoelaces, making whatever it is that they can come up with. I don't know. It could be the start of something really, really cool. Yeah, I'm really kind of liking these colors more and more as we get further into this. I wasn't sure if like this color pink that like I'm using right this moment, I wasn't sure if that was going to be enough of a contrast, and I really now think it is. Between it and the very, very bright pink, the almost whitish pink. Yeah, I think it works out really well. So I know a bunch of you guys will have thought of me as a person who likes to work out like the easiest, fastest ways of like how to segment knot and how to like conquer an area the best way possible. And in this instance, right at this point here, right, if I worked out this area, I could bring in this dark red from this side and bring it across in a longer straight line. However, if I go ahead and bring it across now, like I'm about to do, I can better see where I am in the overall bigger picture and not have to like reference the pattern as much. Oh, your pizza thing, that was amazing. That was really cool. I liked the you had like a background paper with a loop inside of like a shadow box. Very, very cool. Well done. So see, by putting this in here, I can kind of know that's the square. Um, it's nuancy, it's silly, it's whatever, but it helps me avoid making a mistake. And sometimes, yes, maybe the other way might have saved me a fraction of a moment or whatever. But if I make a mistake and I have to undo the knots, any time I saved from doing the shortcut would be lost in undoing the knots. So it's there's no point in going that method. It's not cool. It's not smart. So there you go. There. See the- Now, what kind of message is that going to send to those boys? I can somehow picture Rainbow handing over this nice work and just being like, pizza guy going, all right, about time. I always saw this in the movies. The only thing that would truly make that even funnier is if you wrapped it in paper and Adrian didn't know what it was that he was taking, and he takes it to them and gives it to them all excitedly, and they open it up and then discover what it is, and they're looking at him and he's looking for a reaction, but he has no clue as to what is actually happening at that moment. That that would be very good. Like him with this whole well, and I'm just going, bro. All right, mate. I'll get off there in about a half hour. You want to wait then? Huh? What? Yeah, there you go. And you guys can't deliver it together because then you guys look like the creepy couple on the cruise boat. So yeah, this pattern, it just makes me want to keep going. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys noticed. We added in an extra diamond in here that wouldn't have been on this side just because it's sandwiched between these. But yeah, I could see just going at this with great fervor and just going absolutely crazy with it. But that's what's good about when you find a good pattern, it should make you want to keep going, and you're having fun with it and you want to see what comes next and what's it going to look like when I finish just these few more rows. That's to me that's probably like the as good as it gets. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, if you guys wanted to follow along with this pattern, make it yourself, or do whatever else, this is a pinned post over on my webpage. If you go to AKAAWOL.com and you go to the tutorials, um, it is pinned to the top. It is called the Ethnic Bag #1. And it was based off of a pattern. The pattern of I'm using as a bookmark. I can actually show you this thing. I have my day planner is over here, and basically I took this piece in here and turned it into an slightly easier version. Nice bookmark, not a nice bracelet though. It's made with polyester, and so it absolutely feels horrible on the skin. So yeah, I'm using it as a bookmark instead. Yes, I have. Oddly enough, I have a whole series of that. There's a playlist even for double wides. So yeah, yes. Sorry, long answer. Short, yes, I have many videos on how to double a pattern, how you can change some of the doubling. Um, there's like this thing with the one up, one down thing. Um, yes, because it's one of the founding principles of going into much bigger projects is once you learn that you can double a bracelet, then you can go 6 times a bracelet. If you can go 6 times a bracelet, you can take those 6 and join the ends just like you're doing 2 together, and now you have a cylinder. If you wanted to play around with cylinders, you can make 2 bracelets that are really nice and that like I lived in the Detroit area, so bit of crime. I thought when I made the 2 bracelets that the novelty of it was like nobody in a robbery is going to look at my bracelets and be like, yeah, I'll be having those, right? It's just they go for a gold chain, they'll go for, not cotton bracelets. So if inside of your bracelet you have $50, enough money for a cab to get home, yeah, kind of clever, right? So yeah, I came up with that ages and ages ago, and that's kind of off the same kind of principles. You basically most of my tubes is a double bracelet that joins up again. Playlist. There's no sense in me rambling on about it when I can just simply give you a link. Mind you, stay with the live stream. Check the link out later. And it starts out really simple and then slowly escalates, which kind of happens a lot in my videos. Like I'll start off with a really easy idea, and then midway through that I'm thinking, oh, there's something else I could show you. And then it just keeps doing this progression until I've kind of exhausted my mind of all these other different variants. And I say this with the knowing that the irony is, I'm currently actually working on a bunch of projects like that that won't be out until like towards the end of the month. But yeah, it's it just kind of goes through these cycles sometimes. I don't know. Really excited about the series though. The new one that's coming. A lot of fun stuff. Oh, quick note to anybody who's thinking about like getting floss and doing a bunch of stuff and all this, like even for these people in the States, the one thing that's going to be a little bit of a problem is right now it is Chinese New Year's, like we said earlier, right? What people don't realize is Chinese New Year's is very different from the regular New Year's in regards to how the Chinese basically celebrate it. Pretty much everything kind of shuts down for almost a month while they go back to visit family. It's it's bigger than any holiday that you can imagine if you're American or probably British for that matter. Like it brings so many things to a halt. Um, so yeah, right now is like the worst time to run out of floss. So, just know that if you're ordering things and stuff, it's crazy. It's so different. Like even over here, like it just takes days because everybody's got to visit all their family and they go and have meals together and they kibitz, and this might be the only time that they see their family, you know, for a year. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah. And the best part of me knowing that is the fact that I really do enjoy sharing the whole experience. That's why the whole idea, like, if I can change some kids' lives and get them started in something creative at an early age, when they need something, because let's face it, in those kind of situations, usually the temptations to go down a bad path is that's what's going to end up happening for a number of them. I have had friends lost to pills and things like that. Yeah, no, let's not use that. Yeah, that will definitely break the coven. And we know don't break the coven. Yeah, I really do like this pattern a lot. It's going to be really fascinating as it kind of gets a little bit longer. I think when you see these things really getting into play, it's going to be fun. Wait, which one was 21? Is that this one? I I can't remember them all by name, to be honest. There's just no way that's happening. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Do I, yeah, fall in love with a pattern immediately? Oh, yeah. Ask Rainbow about me and the pattern that inspired this thing. She thought I lost my mind. And it wasn't just the pattern, it was the fact that the knots were retardedly tiny. But I also saw the possibility that the one pattern could inspire dozens. And yeah. Oh, and it is hilarious. So yes, I totally guessed which one it was. Couldn't remember the 21, couldn't remember whatever else. Just knew that it was a blindsided creation and that I had just done one not too long ago that was the kind of pattern that would be like the whole fall in love with immediately. And yeah, I kept the bracelet. Like that's how much I thought this pattern rocked. So yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Robert. That's well, when I was really little, like as 7 or whatever, like my mom had the supplies and stuff. I was designing my own needle points and doing all kinds of crafty projects and stuff back then. And then I lost my mom when I was 14 and did a lot of foster homes and things like that. And I was uh, what, 20 when I discovered these nuts. And that definitely changed a lot for me. It helped. I found it calming to sit and do knots. It was relaxing, and it was something that kind of just changed the whole my whole vibe, my whole whatever. Like it did something for the ADHD that I hadn't had before. And so I stuck to making bracelets all these years because I enjoyed that feeling. Oh, the 90s graffiti S. You're talking about the graph paper S one, right? The one that yeah. What was the deal with that S? It was everywhere. Like somebody broke the code of graph paper and suddenly that was the thing to do. Oh my God. Unlocking deep rooted memories here. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you that it is good to have a creative outlet. It is. It's also good to have an outlet where maybe like right out the gate, people aren't going, wow, I love your work. Maybe you get a little critiqued at first and told how to straighten things up and how to get things around. But eventually, having a creative thing that people give you praise and appreciate the what you're making and give you the attaboys for doing it. Because I certainly got a lot of that, a lot of praise over coming up with my own patterns. Because remember, I made bracelets pre-internet, so a lot of friends were, wow, what the heck is this? And I kind of explained what my inspiration was and how I came about whatever it was in the design. Yeah, that just oh man. And I know when they open up the Discord, it's going to take up the whole darn screen. All right, here I go, guys. Yeah, that was it. Yep, that's the one. Why was that such a big thing? Yeah, it was the thing to do with graph paper, man. Oh my God. Didn't it get somehow associated with like skateboarding or something too? Wasn't there like kind of counterculture thing to it? Well, now I want to watch a video about it because I'm really curious. I have no idea, man. I want to say it was the counterculture skating people that really spread it a lot, but I can't say for sure. It's S for shrug. I didn't know. No, I'm kidding. Channel for an hour or two. Banging my thumbs just for a bit. I'm sick of all the same old. Really? 70s were awesome. This Velcro seat and get me moving. It sure as hell can't do it by myself. Close my eyes, way to paradise. Wow, I'm really sorry that to hear that you lost your wife, but I'm really happy to find out that you found something to help get you through all of that, something creative, something positive. That's sweet. Rainbow, you found the what the S is in Wiki? Give us like a just a who started it. We don't need the whole complete rendition, but I'm curious. Yeah, no doubt. Knots can bring much, much joy. I was working on a bracelet, finishing up something for a uh, video that will be coming out today while one of Mandy's relatives came over, and she was kind of wowed by the little project and stuff, and like, wow, you're kind of good at that. I'm like, yeah, well, that was also made by me. And she turns around, and on the wall is the big project. And she was suddenly like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe not just kind of good. Like, just like, you, she gets up and she's like touching it. She's like, wow, okay. Yeah, that was kind of fun. So it was a New York graffiti. In 73, published in The Faith of Graffiti, features symbol numerous times identical to this modern form. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was kind of a counterculture thing. Um, like I said, I kind of associated with the skateboarders. I'm pretty sure that people were drawing them on their skateboards for whatever reason. But you have to remember too, like there was a long time where people were using um, skateboard as a kind of a counterculture thing because of the fact that it was illegal in so many different places. So yeah. That's nice. I know I've told the story, but I wonder if Robert's ever heard of it. The one time that was the most rewarding bracelet I did was I used to carry those plastic totes. You've probably seen my videos where I have them. Carry plastic totes to parties and stuff and let people pick out their colors. And this guy picked out these colors that I hated. Oh my God. It was the worst combination that I felt I'd ever put together. The whole time I made it, I was miserable. I did not like it. It was like olive green and just these really, really bad colors. And I felt like this is, he's not going to want this. I'm going to be stuck with this thing. Nobody's ever going to buy it. Um, I get a hold of him. Mind you, this is like the very end of the 80s, like just before the 90s. I get a hold of the guy. He agrees to meet me. We're in Pontiac. I had to walk like, I don't know, a mile from my house to go out and meet up with this guy and get paid because back then I wasn't smart enough to like at least get something in advance. So I'm like, I had been really sure that I was going to get stiffed, but I went out there, meet up with this guy. I give him the bracelet, and the dude almost cries. He is so moved by the bracelet. And I'm so confused. I totally don't get what's happening. He gave me the money and a little bit more and told me that, it exceeded what his expectations were. He loved it. He just wanted me to have the money and thanked me. And I guess he picked up on the fact that I'm looking confused. Absolutely and then he explained that he's colorblind and that he'd been to Grateful Dead shows and he'd seen all these bracelets, but none of them appealed to him because the colors just weren't right. And me giving him the chance to pick his own colors gave him a chance to have colors that in his mind were beautiful together. Absolutely blew me away. That just, the whole time I was complaining and thinking, I don't like this. Um, Suddenly just hit me in a whole different way. Like, wow, somebody else's eyes can be that far different that they're seeing something I can't even imagine. I have no idea. I have no idea what that was to him, but it was enough to make him tear up and get all emotional and stuff. So yeah, I like making things for people who might not even know what they like themselves, like these little bags and stuff. I think it's awesome. Like, and also another thing about making the bracelets, I can't just sit and do nothing to try to relax. Like, that doesn't work for me. I've tried things like where I have the hourglasses and stuff and try to just focus on that and try to make the anxieties and stuff go away. And for me, it just doesn't work. I can't relax like that. But I can lose myself for hours making a bracelet and not even realize where the time went. Um, and that's kind of cool too. Oh man, do I know that feeling? Making something and falling in love with it. Oh my God. I can't. I have bags that are in the shop that I will cry when they go, but I will also be really happy that it means that somebody liked my work enough to actually buy it and stuff. So that's one of those things where, yeah, I totally relatable. Completely, totally relatable. So there we go. We have joined all four of the loops. Um, so Isabel, I'm really, really sorry about this. I was trying to explain that today is the first year of the Chinese New Year's. I was telling everybody this earlier. And as a result, we have family coming over tomorrow kind of early. So today's goal was basically to get these things joined. Next week, we will bring it around and turn it into a cylinder, get these joined, and start bringing it down further. So that is the plan here. Thank you everybody who has made this whole live stream really fun tonight. Um, I will probably be posting. Okay, if you don't already follow me on Threads, because I'll probably do a lot more about this whole thing with the school over on Threads and maybe the community tab here on YouTube. I don't know. This whole thing is like really new. It just started today, so that's the thing. Um, but yes, next week we can talk about anything that we found and where it's going from there. So now, before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making this stuff possible. Guys, seriously, I have so much ambition of things I want to do. And even though the channel is monetized, it really doesn't bring in that much. So it's your contributions that's going to help me to do things like the giveaways and all of that stuff as well. So thank you guys very, very much for that. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful new Chinese New Year's, Gong Xi Fa Chai, which is basically I'm wishing you wealth. So, yes, please. And yes, Rainbow is right. Leave a like. It helps a lot. It'll get this out to more people and stuff. So that would be awesome. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.